Max Vaten parachutes into the desert. He walks some distance before he is met by a driver who supplies him with luggage, a wedding ring, a weapon, and false documents. The driver tells Max that the woman he is to meet will be wearing a purple dress, and to look for the hummingbird. Max arrives at a club in Casablanca. He finds the woman, Marianne Beauséjour. She instantly knows who he is and excitedly greets him with a kiss. They pose as husband and wife to Marianne's friends before they leave. As they drive away, Marianne compliments Max on making a convincing appearance, but she criticizes his Parisian French accent. Max and Marianne's mission is to kill the Nazi ambassador. They work on their ruse posing as a married couple by living together and trying to make their charade convincing. The two meet with the ambassador, Hobart. Marianne does most of the talking as she tries to convince Hobart that Max is her French assistant. Hobart insists Max attend a party, but Max pretends he would rather play poker. Hobart challenges him to split a deck of cards. If he gets the low card, he must come to the party. Max expertly shuffles the deck and picks the low card, the outcome he desired. They continue preparing for their operation, including target practice, and pretend to be husband and wife. Max resists Marianne's sincere advances for a while until they have sex in Max's car in the middle of a sandstorm. The two attend the party with multiple Nazi officials present. When Hobart descends the stairs and speaks to the assembled guests, there is a large explosion outside. Max and Marianne seize weapons from under a table and shoot the Germans. Max wounds Hobart and then finishes him off with an expert shot to the head. Marianne kills one German when he tries to shoot her, and she nearly kills his wife until Max pulls her away. They continue shooting until they drive away. With the mission completed, Max and Marianne prepare to part ways, but he invites her to join him in London where they can get married. She agrees to join him and they wed. An air raid takes place over London. Marianne is in labor and is evacuated from the hospital as bombs start dropping. Max stands by her side, and Marianne gives birth in the hospital courtyard to a baby girl that they name Anna. After a year, Max and Marianne have grown accustomed to their life as a family. They have truly fallen in love. Max is called in to meet with a commanding officer, Frank Heslop, as well as an S.O.E. official. They inform Max that Marianne is suspected of being a German spy. The real Marianne Beauséjour had been killed, and that a German spy took the dead woman's identity. Max learns that Hobart was a dissident and Hitler had wanted him dead. The officer orders Max to conduct a test of Marianne's loyalty, a blue dye operation, or both of them will be shot. Max is infuriated that they question his wife's loyalty, but agrees to cooperate, until he decides to investigate the truth on his own. Max plans to hold a party for Frank and other officers to help them see that Marianne is who she says she is. Max goes to his sister Bridget's home to invite her and her girlfriend Louise. Max visits a former associate of Marianne's named Guy Sangster. Max finds Guy in an hospital recuperating from injuries, confined to a wheelchair, and his face horribly disfigured from his wounds. Max tries to show Guy a photo of Marianne on their wedding day so he can identify her, but Guy's right eye was shot off, and the retina in his left eye is dislodged, so he can only see a white figure. He screams at Max for what has happened to him, but also tells him of another man in France, Paul Delamare, who knew Marianne. Frank orders one of his pilots flying a clandestine mission to supply resistance fighters in France to find Paul, a one-armed man, and confirm Marianne's identity. While waiting for the answer, he is delayed and killed by Germans. The party goes on at Max and Marianne's home. Numerous guests are in attendance, with several of them getting intimate in various corners around the house. During the party, an air raid occurs. A German plane is shot down and appears to be going to crash into their apartment. Max runs upstairs to get Anna, but Marianne already has her. He protects them as the plane narrowly misses and crashes in a field behind their house. Max flies into France and looks for Paul Delamare. Resistance members tell him Paul is in jail. They sneak into town and go to the gendarme's office so Max can talk to Paul, the former associate of Marianne's. The soldiers take the gendarme's keys at gunpoint and enters Paul's cell. He is very drunk and he pukes when Max wakes him up. Paul tries to go for his flask, but Max takes it away until Paul answers his questions. He shows Paul the picture of Marianne and asks if he knows who she is. Paul's answers seem to confirm her identity until he mentions that when he saw her, she played the French Marseillaise on the piano like a goddess right in front of the Germans. Max is stunned. The gendarme alerts German troops seeking black market cigarettes to the presence of the resistance soldiers. Max and his comrades shoot the Germans, and Max tosses a grenade into their personnel carrier before administering a coup de grace to the wounded Germans. Max returns to England and demands that Marianne go with him. He takes her to an pub where he tells her to play the piano and the French song Marseillaise that Paul had mentioned. After hesitating, Marianne closes the piano, as she knows the story. She starts crying as she didn't think the Germans would find her in England. But they did and threatened to harm Anna if Marianne didn't spy for them. She admits she sent the message last night and she has been forced to spy for the Germans. Max is furious, but he asks her if she really loved him. Marianne says that she does love him and the life they have together. Max plans to take Marianne and Anna away. He kills the nanny and a jeweler who were her handlers. They go to an airfield where Max tries to get a plane started, but Frank and other soldiers arrive. Frank confronts Max and is preparing to take him in for treason. Marianne gently sets Anna down in the back seat and takes a gun from the glove compartment. She gets out of the car and tells Max she loves him and to take care of Anna. She turns her back and shoots herself in the head. Max takes his jacket off and covers Marianne's body. Frank orders the other soldiers to report that Max killed Marianne by his own hand. In the final scene, Marianne writes a letter for Anna to read when she is older. She writes how she loved her, Max, and the year they had together in London. The last thing we see as Marianne's voiceover finishes is an older Max and teenaged Anna walking through the field of their ranch. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know in the comment section below which movie you want us to recap next. As always, until the next time.